Welcome back to another video with Tech with Mark, and today we're going to be looking at all the different features or the basic layout of Excel and how we can interact with this and the different things that this will do. Starting out then, we can see up at the top here we have the tab list, and within this tab list we've got home, insert, page layout and so on and so on. And when we click onto these, we can see that it flicks over to different things, and within this part here into the ribbon it gives us different options within that. So within the home tab we can see that we can work with a clipboard of cutting and copying and so on and so on, and in terms of alignment we have quite a few options here. I'll be making a video on that as well where we can go through all these different ones and we can have a look at them. The next thing that we're going to look at is up here where we can see the title bar. So we can see that this workbook that we're currently working in is called book 1. But if we were to open up another file or anything like that, for example, that would change to whatever the file name is. And say you have multiple files and they go at the same time, this is something that's useful so that you can see what you are actually working with. And if you're tabbing in between different ones, then you can see which one you're also open at that particular time. This is the formula bar. So coming down here, this is where we can see what the formula is. And say we put in, say like 1 and 2 there, and if we did a quick quick function there, we can see that there shows us exactly what is in that cell. Okay, so we can see that if we clicked into that we have the value of 1, if we click into that one we have the value of 2, but we can see within the D4 cell that we have the formula of sum. Moving over to this side then, we have the ribbon, so we can collapse the ribbon if we wanted to, and we can also open the ribbon tools up here and we can bring that back there. If you want to use a hotkey for this, you could also press Ctrl F1 and this will do exactly the same thing where it will hide and show you the ribbon. Over here we have the box name. Okay, and what this does is we can see that it gives us the reference of where the indicator is for whatever cell we have actually reference, but with these as well you can actually name the cell, so we can say if that was main. Okay, and then later on we can reference that within certain formulas. So again, just going here along all the different basics here, we have all the columns up at the top here where all these are named in alphabetical order, and we can click into this. If we go in between two, you can see that the icon changes from the downwards arrow into this kind of double arrow, and we can move that along and we can change the width of the column and so on and so on. We can do this exactly the same for the rows as well, so we have all the different rows where we can select them, but these are all in numbers as they work all the way down. If we wanted to select all of the rows and columns within the particular worksheet, then we can click up into the top left here and that will highlight everything in there, and then we can see that we can do whatever we need to do with the whole data. So this little green box that we have here is called the cell indicator. We can move this around by clicking into a particular cell, or you also can use the arrow keys on your keyboard, and again that will move that around for you. Moving down to the bottom then, we have the sheets that we have, so we can see that we have 2 sheets here. Okay, currently on the go, but if we wanted to add another one, we can just add another one there. And that will add a separate sheet where we can kind of add extra data and move along. So if we want to kind of build big databases where we have different types of data, then you can stick these onto different sheets and that will help you organize it and work through it a lot better. Down in the bottom right here we have the status bar, so we can see that Excel is ready at the moment. If you have large amounts of data, you can change this, and when we come into like VBA and things like that, you can actually update this as it goes along. So as you can see it working down all the different kind of rows, you can check this and make this so that it will kind of give you a counter and show you exactly where it is within the process. Next to that you've got your macro recorder, which we can click on, and again we'll show you this later on, but you can rename the macro from here nice and quick and then kind of give it everything that you would normally do from there. Over onto this side we've got the page, so we have the normal view as we have now. You can then go onto a page layout so you can see what this would look like if you were to print it out, and then onto the next one we have the page break review. So again it's just a different view where we can see stuff and work through it, but for the majority of the time you just work in the normal kind of part like that. And over to the right hand side we have the zoom in and the zoom out, where if you were to zoom up like so, you can see that it's just made that a little bit bigger, and if you were to zoom out like so, you can see that it's made everything a little bit smaller. Depending on how big your data is that you have, you might want to change that up or down. We can also have the horizontal slider here, which will move us left and right, and we have the vertical one on this side so that we can change the view as we need to do. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an understanding of some of the basics of Excel. Thanks for watching, hope to see you soon.